Okay, y'all, I am coming to you for what is this episode 150, season 2, episode 150. I'm coming to you after the episode is over with because one, I didn't feel like picking up my phone, and two, I couldn't really tell what episode was going today. I don't know. I feel like the episode was all over the place. Was this just everybody tango day on the show? I mean, you know, first of all, we couldn't really get the truth out of neither Danny or Andre. Danny decided to make this little date night for Andre. If you remember back a couple episodes ago, Andre did the whole cereal and cartoons in bed because Danny, said that was something that was sentimental to her. So she went and got adult coloring books for Andre, and they were coloring. And so Danny, issued Andre an apology, or she asked Andre actually, was he still mad at her for, prioritizing Bill or whatever. And so while they're talking, you know, Andre does end up apologizing to Danny for, quote unquote, him going to the bar and having drinks. But before that even happens, during the conversation, they both have a flashback. Danny has a flashback of her and Bill in the elevator, and then Andre has a flashback of him and Heather. So I'm just like, so basically this come to Jesus wasn't the whole truth. It wasn't like it was like a half like situation. And then they decided to go upstairs and, tango. And I'm just like, I know this relationship for them was built off doing the tango, but that's not going to fix everything. That's just a temporary type situation. But nonetheless, Eva and Leslie have a short conversation, based off of the conversation they had the other day, where, Leslie called Malone and gave him an ultimatum or whatever. He ended up asking her to be with him on his boat. And that's not actually what Leslie wanted, but she was just like, okay, well, she trying to listen to Eva, so she trying to do something new, I guess, but it's not really what she want. Ted and Shanice, have their little moments with the chocolate at the front desk and them being fresh with each other. Shanice does inform Ted that, her and Ashley are not going to get in trouble because her aunt ended up having to go and talk to Bill today and explain why Haley was asked to leave the premises while she was escorted off, and basically, chalk it up to being protocol. They were following protocol. Isaiah goes and has this heart-to-heart with Joey because he just wants to talk some things out. I think this might have been one of the most sentimental episodes we got with Joey. Of course, we know that Isaiah and Joey both have a past. We know that Isaiah used to work for Joey at one point in time. But Isaiah just goes to get some things straight. He just goes to get clarity, and come to find out, the reason why Joey kind of favored Isaiah was because Isaiah reminded him a lot of himself when he was younger. Isaiah didn't have the best relationship with his father, and neither did Joey. And so instead of Isaiah following in Joey's footsteps, which he was at the time in which he was working for Joey, Isaiah worked for Joey, he decided to, take Isaiah up under his wing and treat him like a son because Joey never had children. And so Joey ended up telling Isaiah that part of his legacy lives through him. He was one of the good things that he did in the world, and that he helped him change his life. He helped him go to school and pay for school and everything, get him off the street. And so Isaiah ends up hearing Joey say that, not only did you're thanking me for me changing your life, but you also changed my life. And so I thought that was pretty. They try to show these human pieces of Joey, so we can take our our minds off of all the shiesty things that he's done. But he tells Isaiah that, and they wrap it up, they dap it up, and they go on about their business. Jacob plans this date night for Naomi at Ashley's apartment. So it's Jacob, Grayson, Ashley and Naomi. And Jacob is really trying to surprise Naomi because they did like a Mexican theme night, game night at Ashley's apartment because Jacob was supposed to be taking Naomi on a trip to Mexico, but now I don't think she can go anymore. So they kept up with that storyline and decided to close it out by saying, this was the, next best thing for him to do for her since, the trip is not, conducive to both of their schedules at the time. And so that was a thing. And then last but not least, everyone was supposed to be going to Uptown for open mic night. I didn't see the first 3 minutes of the episode, so I don't know exactly what happened with the following through of open mic night, but Nicole ended up rearranging everything so that everything could be back at her house. And so, Nicole comes, Kyle, Deanna, Vanessa, Vernon and Anita, just a few people, and they can hear Noah's song. Tonight was the episode of everybody singing to each other too, because Noah ended up singing the song, and then Leslie ended up singing the song to Malone, and out. Anyway, back to Noah. I thought Noah's song was pretty decent, even though, I was kind of so on Noah's character, but it seems that they're going to be putting Noah, I mean, we knew that from a couple episodes ago too, that Noah and Deanna were going to be, dating, but, I still don't know how I feel about them dating, because I still don't really trust Kyle. Like, and they giving him roots in this DMV, so it's giving Kyle's going to be around for a while. I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about any of this, honestly. We didn't have any Kat, no Chelsea, no Bill, no Haley, no Martin, no Smitty, no Samantha, no Terrell this episode. Also, I meant to say, after Noah performed, Anita came up to him and just told him how impressed that she was, and she offered him the opportunity to come to some of her vocal sessions when she starts back, recording in the studio. And of course he was ecstatic to hear her say that to him, and so of course he said yes, he would do that. And she said that it would be refreshing to have a younger ear in the room or whatever like that. So yeah, that was pretty much all with Beyond the Gates tonight. I guess it's just certain things that they want us to pay attention to, like, for example, Danny buying that same bottle of champagne that Heather sent to the house. Very interesting. And I just was like, Lord, I just really hope this situation with Danny and Andre comes to a close soon, because I just don't want them to be tiptoeing around the truth. I just need for the truth to come out. I need for the truth to come out. Because I think once both of them find out the truth, it could go either way. It really could. It could go either way. But yeah, I think that's all I have for Beyond the Gates today. It wasn't too much going on, So we'll see how tomorrow's episode goes. If you haven't already, watched my review from Monday's episode, which was, I think, 148, and then yesterday's episode was 149. And I'll be back tomorrow, guys.